the front with Moose again.
Hi Mauricio, do you see tomorrow as being a must-win game?
Every game, I think, is so important to win, not only tomorrow. For us, tomorrow is so important to understand that we are in different competition, and it's so important to win the game, to be in a very good position on the table, and of course, it's going to be tough because every single game is tough, but in this type of period, our worst opponent are ourselves, and of course, we need to compete not only with Red Star, if not with ourselves, to try to build our confidence, and of course, to be solid and performance in the way that we wanted to perform.
You told me after Saturday's game your team needed to build their confidence, can't just go from 0 to 100 after the defeat from Bayern. But tomorrow night, they have to be right back up there, don't they? There can't be any thoughts going back to what happened 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but no pressure for the team. They need to feel that freedom to play. And I told you in the last few press conference, the most important is that the player feel freedom and performance, because happened that was against Watford, our first action, that we made a mistake. Of course, we were punished and we conceded, like was against Brighton. But that happened with this type of period arrive. The most important is understand that we need to give our best, be solid and be strong and be focused and concentrate, because when all these circumstances are against you, the most important is to be strong, and you need to spend more energy. And yes, we know very well that that situation is only about with the time, with games, being solid, trying to never give up, and of course be focusing in work, in improve, and of course be all together, stay all together.
Okay, take a question from Gary there.
Hi. Harry touched on it. So this time last year, you were sitting at a news conference like this, talking about making a terrible start in the Champions League. You've done better points-wise already so far this season. Is that something you say to the players, you say to the fans, actually, you know, you could have 4 points from 3 games as opposed to 1 point from 3 games this time?
Yes, the problem, the most important is like before, I listened, some of your colleague said the expectation changed after the final of the Champions League for this football club and for this group of players, of course, and that is why looks worse the situation. But of course, the most important is to build our confidence again. We are conceding a lot of goals, we are conceding a lot of chances, and of course the results are not the result that we expect. And of course, that is our objective, or principal objective, is again to be a solid team, and of course start to performance in the way that we can performance. And of course, it's going to be so important about the result to have 3 points more in our side. But the most important that we are trying to find for tomorrow is to be solid, is to recover the good feelings, performance in the way that we can performance. But of course, on the end, the result is going to help in case to win.
Okay, take a question. Tony, just raise your hand so we know where you are.
Mauricio, you said that just a little bit earlier that you are your own enemy now is almost yourselves. How do you solve that within your players? Do you talk to your players as a group or individually to try to raise confidence?
Yes, I am using to talk collective and individual. Yes, it's a different way to approach to the player in this type of situation. We were talking before, I think you asked to Harry that this may be his worst period. No, that you say personal, if not collective. And for many of our players, is the best time that they are in a tough period, no? That the people expect something and we cannot deliver it from that expectation. We cannot match the expectation that we create. And that is new, and that is, I think it's a good opportunity to grow and be more mature on the future. And of course, knowing that in football is so dynamic and you need to always think in tomorrow. And of course, it's going to be a great experience. And for sure, we have the capacity and the quality to turn that negative run in the last few games that wasn't great, the result and the performance, but of course, that is need time again to build our confidence.
Okay, take a question from Dan. If you can pass the mic to Rags behind you after, okay? Dan.
Mauricio, is when you say our worst opponent is ourselves, can you elaborate on what you mean by that?
What means is yes. I think when you are in a good period and when you are full confidence, everything is going well, and it's easy to play because you have the talent and the quality to play. When the tough moment arrive, always sometimes it's not easy to connect with your teammate, and always is more difficult to do things that before looks like were easy to do. And that is normally because it's the pressure, because it's the stress, because you are nervous, you want to arrive before and score, and maybe you believe that you need to run more when it's not like this, you know. Oh, we need to show that we are all together. We need to show that we are with the manager. We need to show that we care, and I want to run more. And sometimes maybe it's run less and not spend too much energy thinking, but for that is so important sometimes the experience. And the experience, when you are living the experience, when you have experience this type of situation, that is so important, the leadership inside to the pitch. But for many of our players, for I think 90 or 99% of our players, they were always in a good period, or in 5 years and a half, always was, you know, very positive all the period, and that is why it's a very new thing for us.
You previously said, I think a few weeks ago, that you were worried your players weren't running as much as previous seasons. Do you now think they're maybe running too much? And is that what do you literally mean they're running too much?
I am not worried. It's only that in this type of situation, sometimes you try, and sometimes it's not to only try. It's try, but you know, with intelligence, and that is important because in this type of situation that you want to score first than your opponent. If you concede a chance or you concede a goal, it's like every single action need to be successful, no action, and that is normal. That the team, any team, not only us, any team feel this type of situation are tough. The only way to change that dynamic is to stay all together, stronger. Try from our responsibility to translate the calm and of course the belief and the faith that we have the quality to do what we need to do.
Okay, Rags over here.
Mauricio, you mentioned the Champions League final. Are you surprised that just a few months after that, people are questioning your future at this club?
No, that is football. I am not surprised. That is football. In the same way that people prize you, if you know performance in the way that the people expect, it's normal. No. I am not surprised. Football is always about to win today and tomorrow. What happened yesterday, gone. And we apply this philosophy to us. You like a coaching staff, manager, you need to, you know, to thinking that you need to win today and tomorrow. That is why sometimes we are too much ahead, and the people sometimes believe that, okay, come on, Gafa, you are thinking too much. Yes, I think too much ahead, because if I no win, I no surprise me, this rumor.
Okay, take a question from Ellie, who's directly in front. And then we're going to finish with Gary, Charlie and John, okay? You don't want, okay, so Ellie, Charlie and John will finish. So Ellie first.
Mauricio, as a former defender yourself, does it pain you even more that the team's looking kind of vulnerable at the back, especially in the first half of matches?
No, I feel pain when we no score, when we no play well, not only when we no concede. I think, of course, everyone make me to think, you were central back, played so much, so well, you were so tough central back, aggressive. No, I think, look, the most important is the balance, and the balance today is not great on the team, but we are finding the way to provide the team the best balance, to start to performance in both way, with and without ball in the best way.
Okay, We'll go with Charlie and then finish with John Southall. Charlie first.
Just on that theme then, it seems like there's been a bit of an issue creating chances as well, and I just wondered what your views were on why that was.
Sorry?
On creating chances, there have been fewer than we're used to seeing for Tottenham.
No, when you look the last 2 games, yes. After I seen Bayern Munich, yes, but again Bayern Munich, we create a lot of chances. Are one of the best team on Europe, you know. But of course, when the confidence you drop to the floor, and of course Brighton and what happened in Brighton in the first action, that we concede a goal and we lose the Hugo. I think it's normal. If you compare these last 2 games, maybe yes. But the team is, I think, if you go back, I think the team was creating a lot of chance in our offensive side. I think we were good normally in that in the previous season we make.
So it's more a confidence thing, the last 2 matches, you think?
It's more confidence now.
Was that what you were saying? Yeah, that it's been about a lack of confidence in the last matches.
That is normal. That is natural period that when you suffer a defeat like we suffer. Because one thing is when you are not good, and on the end 7-2, even by Munich, and you say, okay, from first minute to 90 minutes, you were so bad. But when you analyze the game and say the first half should be 3-1, 3-2 for us, you know, and that is the problem. But after in the second half, how we concede in certain period of the game, that when we play well, that is tough, and of course affect your confidence and your trust, and then all that happened in Brighton that came so quick. The game is normal that we are in a period that we are fragile, but like any team. Because Harry say in 5 years or in 5 years and a half, the team made a lot of good things, and we put the standard so high. I think we are the only team in the last 4 years playing on Champions League, or I don't know if it's City or I don't know another. But when you see the history of Tottenham, and now that is normal to have this type of press conference, always, okay, come on, Champions League is normal. Looks normal on Tottenham, but 5 years ago it wasn't normal, and that is and that period arrived. But it's normal that we need to now to face different period. But the belief is there and the faith. Only we need to stay calm. But of course, like I said before, rumor are rumor, expectation are expectation, and it's normal that question like before that we train too much. We are tired, or rumors that can appear from everywhere, but our answer is to laugh. Do you know the most important thing? Maybe we are distracted and we not talk. Is our performance is not as good that we can do, or are not as good that we can deliver it. That is all the problem in this football club today. That our performance are not good, and of course, that we need to improve. But on the end, it's on another side. All the rumor that happen in any club when you win. That doesn't means that are true, and you need to care or pay attention about all these things that happen. But I understand this business. I understand. I am 47 for 48. Look, and why do you think that I don't have white? Because I don't pay attention in all this. Only pay attention that we need to improve our performance. And if we don't improve our performance, which is the result after? What is going to be the result? Always the same in football. Yes, you are thinking the same than me.
So
John, we're going to take the last one from you.
So Mauricio, how much of it is psychological then in the players' heads? I mean, how do you forget conceding 7 goals at home? How do you forget losing at Brighton another 3 goals? How much is it?
Yes, but the problems arrive. Look, we on Leicester 1-0, playing so well. Look what happened. No VAR decision. Should be 2-0, and it's 1-0. Change the atmosphere of the game, and then we lose the game. Today we 3 points more, maybe we are close to the, and change complete the perception of everyone, or the action of that happened in this. But you need always some lucky in all the game and in football too. And when it's again you, at 1 and 2 and 3, always it's so important now to stay stronger. And then the experience, or when you see the different clubs. I remember Dortmund, when it was on the bottom, was with Klopp, and after Klopp win the Champions League with Liverpool, that period happened. Chelsea, United, different club around the world. River Plate in Argentina was on the bottom and go to the championship. River Plate, that now is winning everything. That happened, that type of period happened. But the most important is to stay calm and provide calm to the team, because only is that you drop a little bit in your confidence, but it's so important to build our confidence as soon as possible. Our capacity must be important to stay strong with our principle, of course.
Okay, guys, thank you very much.